7:30 a.m., 1039 FM, Jocks Huntsville. This is the Off the Bench College Football Show. Man, do we have a day for you guys. We've got Super Bowl Sunday upon us tomorrow. We are primarily a college football show, but when the Super Bowl comes around, I guess you're legally obligated to talk about it, I guess.
I don't know about legal.
In some cases, you are. We also got new details emerging from the Charles Bediako case. Of course, an impacting case in college basketball that I have the belief that with no issue will feed over into football someday if it is not stopped now. Of course, Aguilar, Tennessee quarterback, he's in court as well, fighting for another year of eligibility, which does decide the future of the Tennessee program, I think. You see a lot different offense than McIntyre compared to Aguilar, with Heupel running the show. But yeah, guys, what a day do we have for y'all. And y'all, don't forget the off the bench verdict. Of course, the new segment here on the show. Overall, is NIL helping or hurting college football as a whole? Some fans say it's leveling the playing field. Others say it's turning the sport into free agency without rules. Guys, make sure to answer that question. Go over to our Facebook page. At the end of the show, just like we used to do with Pick'ems, we're gonna talk about it more. End of the show. What do the off the bench fans think? What is the verdict on this? What is the crew going to do today? My name is Kelsey. I'm the host of the show. Pop's sitting opposite me on the camera. Pops, how's it going this morning?
It's cold, man.
It is a cold morning here in North Alabama, which reminds me, guys, let us know where you're listening from. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and how you're taking in the show this morning. Are you in a warm area, possibly on the coast region, or are you in the Midwest where it's more freezing than it is here?
Maybe they're sitting in the grill Jamaica having a rum man.
We have our show has reached to Negril, Jamaica. I did get a notification this week on Facebook of a gentleman that we had met down in Negril, Jamaica, and he has followed the show.
That's awesome, Kelsey.
It is.
So, Kelsey, what are you most excited about with the Super Bowl this year?
Well, what a lot of fans don't think of, I'm always excited for the commercials. They've been down years past, but hopefully this year we can get some commercial luck back. But, man, it's a rematch, a classic rematch of my youth of 2015 where the Patriots and the Seahawks went head-to-head with, of course, the legendary coaches of Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick. We have two completely different teams now. The Legion of Boom is gone from Seattle, and on the Patriots, a whole nother era has ensued, a quick rebuild with Mike Vrabel at the helm now.
So what do you remember most about that game? Is there anything you remember about? I cannot talk this morning, guys. Is there anything you remember about that game? I can tell you the big play at the end of the game.
I can too. It's an interception made at the goal line.
And what was every Seattle fan and player on the sideline thinking?
You should have ran it with Marshawn Lynch.
Run the dang ball.
I remember that game.
What did we say at Bama? We say run the dang ball.
You know what a big turning point in that game was back then?
What's that?
Remember the injury that happened for Seattle on the defensive side?
No.
I don't think – was it – it was one of the three big guys. It was Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, or Richard Sherman. One of the three had broke their leg
and played during the game.
Yeah. Well, they ended up coming out eventually. Okay. Yeah, because I remember they went to the hospital and came back to the game. How long of that came into how that happened, but yeah, another great rematch in the Super Bowl. I'm looking forward to it. You're the Pats who are looking at their possible record-setting 7th Super Bowl, which never thought we'd see the day where.
Well, if you would have looked at this Pats team 2 years ago, I mean, they were kind of broken once Brady left, right? And now you've got that young North Carolina quarterback,
Drake Maye.
Yeah, that is taking the Patriot Nation by storm. I know I got my boy Jake Messier up in Massachusetts, who's really thrilled that the Pats are back, and Mr. B, I know these are all Pats fans that I know, guys. I know they're loving it right now. And I cannot tell you a single Seattle fan that I'm friends with.
Carl hitting us up on YouTube. I'll take the Seahawks 4.5 point spread there.
And the over at 45.5.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Carl hitting us up there.
I'll take that under, man.
Well, essentially, you're going to win by more than a field goal.
Yeah.
You look at the stats of these teams. Okay, Patriots, the second offense in the league. The defense holding up at fourth there. But they do have an issue, and they've had a sack issue throughout the playoffs. They have 2 rookie offensive linemen. The first time that has ever happened, I think,
In
Super Bowl era, where you have 2 rookies holding down under the old line spot, 2 of the 5, right? And then the Seattle side, points scored in the league, 3rd. At the same point yards per game, they're top 8th, and defensively, they're the number 1 defense in the league under Mike McDaniel. And another redemption story at the other side, same with Vrabel over there.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, he came into the league, was labeled a bust, kind of bounced around as a career backup for a while, went to the Vikings, started great there, had a great season. Now he's over at Seattle. Now he's fighting for a Super Bowl.
And who's playing backup quarterback at Seattle?
Jalen Milroe.
Wouldn't that be something? All the smack that people gave Milroe last year, and now he has the potential to get a Super Bowl ring 1 year out of college.
Which is insane. But the whole hit on that is he's a backup.
So, man, I mean, all it takes is one hit to the head on Darnold, and guess what?
It's true.
Bama quarterback playing in the Super Bowl, going for a ring.
Very true. Very true. But of course, I think this game is going to be a great game. I think it's been a while since we've seen really a redemption arc of this sort. Vrabel on the other side, fired from the Titans just a couple of years ago. It seemed like it was a wrong place, wrong time kind of thing for Vrabel. I think he's a phenomenal coach. And then he took a year off. I think he coached like something within the Browns organization, some kind of role, analyst role. And then comes to the Patriots, where he played linebacker, and he has done phenomenal at that. I always say lightning in a bottle. You're waiting for that coach to find the complete right environment, and everything just clicks. And that's kind of what happened with Seattle there, or excuse me, with the Patriots. So, guys, fun day going on here. Super Bowl talk as we really dissect what we think could happen tomorrow. Of course, Pops, I know you've got a whole list of things you want to talk about and sort of former players, former college players playing in the Super Bowl today. This Bediako case, I want to get into this further a little later, but Bediako, it looks more and more like the NCAA is going to put something down, and maybe Alabama should get in front of this, but legally he can play until the 10th of February. So he has a little bit of time before he's supposed to get off the court. I mean, he's going to be playing, I think, today. They have a game today, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, yeah. They play today, play a big game today. And when you sit there and you think about Alabama basketball, okay, I think they're 2 for 2 with this young kid playing. I'm not even going to try to say his name, right?
They're 2-2.
2-2, excuse me, 2-2. So they've got 2 losses, 2 wins. And my argument is this: why put your program at risk with any sort of governing sanction, right? Whether it's the College Sports Commission, NCAA, whatever it might be, when you got a player, let's just be honest, he's not making that much of a difference. In fact, the 2 losses that they had, he played terrible. So I just, if I'm Nate Oates, I really kind of wonder, what the hell is he thinking? Okay, you want to put the entire program at risk when you've worked your tail off for the last couple of years getting Alabama basketball to where it is, and now you want to play a G League player? Come on.
I mean, I think you're 100% right, and this program has come so far along to when I disagreed with the firing of I'm going to forget his name, Alabama's former head coach.
Anderson?
Remind me. No. He took him to March, and I'm going to forget his name. But he made a long way, and then they decided they wanted to respond and try to compete with Auburn basketball with Coach Bruce Pearl over there, and that's when Nate Oates was brought along, and he has taken them a long way from where they were then, and they took them kind of sparks to that next level. But the injunction hearing in his eligibility case against the NCAA, it lasted just over an hour yesterday morning in Tuscaloosa, and the 23-year-old Alabama center is seeking preliminary and permanent injunction relief after the NCAA previously ruled the former G League player ineligible. So, but the whole point of the story is they didn't get a ruling yesterday.
Well, I
And
mean,
it's supposed to come soon, according to the Judge Pruitt.
I know we want to talk about this later in the show, Kels.
Yeah.
Let's come back to the Super Bowl, right? And let's don't give our whole show away in the first 15 minutes, right? But back to the Super Bowl. What are you looking for most in this game?
I want to see some old school defensive play, which I feel like we can get from both these teams.
So if that's the case, then Carl online here says the over is 45.5, right? So if that's the case, if you want to see that, I'm going to assume you're taking the under then.
Yeah, I'd take the under in this game.
So
but I would.
Yeah,
but I'm taking the 4.5 points from Seattle. I think more than a field goal is more than fair for this team.
Yeah.
The way they've performed on offense this year, and that's not to take the Patriots defense lightly for all of our Patriot friends out there. But I think that Seattle, in a way, their offense and the way they've played consistently is just better than the Patriots have played. I think if there's any pressure put on this offensive line, these rookies, Seattle's going to go right after it.
Well, you look at these teams, and you got a West Coast team. You got like an extreme West Coast team there in the Northwest. I would argue you got the extreme East Coast team in the Northeast, right? They both play in amazing stadiums. This will be Foxborough's done, right? But the Seattle stadium, I've been inside that stadium.
Yeah.
You walk in that stadium and it's like this. Okay, I know they're not playing at home in any of these games, but it's just they're good classic teams. You couldn't ask for a better Super Bowl. You couldn't ask for a better rematch. And I'll continue to say, if I'm Seattle, run the damn ball. I'll never forget Sherman's face when they threw the interception, right? And
Sherman's face, Lynch's face.
Sherman,
Rich Sherman was the corner.
Yeah, the corner. They were showing him on the sideline.
Oh, when he was hurt.
No, they were showing him on the sideline watching that play, right? And he's like, "What did we just do? We didn't run the ball. You got the best running back in the league. I mean, big back in the league, and you don't run the ball."
A scar on Pete Carroll's legacy.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
What Pete Carroll could how much success we thought he could have had if he would have won that Super Bowl, like a lot of people thought he would have, and definitely had the chance to. But soon after that, the Legion of Boom broke up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for long after that. Okay, so Pops.
Yeah.
What is your recognition of this Super Bowl? How do you think that this one's going to go?
I think the Patriots are going to throw the ball all over the place. Okay, they're going to try to put a lot of points on the board. I think that's why Carl's taking the over, right? And then you've got this defense still from Seattle that'll step up. So I think it'll be a balanced game, but I don't think it's going to be one of these games that's like 45-42, and you're in the fourth quarter and you tie and you go into overtime, and next thing you know, that's a 50-50 ball game. I think it's a low-scoring game. I think you're 20-13.
Do you think that possibly we could see some Drake Maye very
heroic?
No, I would say more. I think we have more of a chance of a Drake Maye less masterclass games. Could we see some not necessarily rookie mistakes from him, but rookie type mistakes from him?
I don't think you got to think about how late you are in the season.
Yeah.
Right. And I understand there's a lot of pressure on these quarterbacks. They're both young quarterbacks in this game.
Well, Darnold's, I think he's on the right side of 30.
Still, though, I mean, you don't have Drew Brees playing in this. You don't have Tom Brady playing in this. You don't have the older quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
So I would argue that you have two younger quarterbacks playing in this game. And by the time, even if, Maye's a rookie, second year, whatever it might be, by the time you get to this time of the year, man, you've experienced what you're going to experience. The stage is set. Okay, are they all going to have butterflies when they walk on a field? Heck yeah, it's the dang biggest game in football, the Super Bowl, right? But I don't think you make rookie mistakes this time of year.
I mean, when the lights are shining the brightest in the Super Bowl, I mean, they're going to be in where is this stadium at? This is it's in San Francisco. Does this be Santa Clara?
It's Levi. It's the one in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
Yeah.
They're going to be the 49ers home stadium, and the lights are shining the brightest right now in the Super Bowl. So I think that we could possibly see some Vrabel taking a chance in this game in a lot of ways, because like it or not, I think they are the underdog in this game.
Yeah.
And that's not a hit on the Patriots. I just think that Seattle has played more consistently these last couple of weeks. So for me, I think that the variable is going to have something up his sleeve. He's going to try to get an edge over the Seahawks in this game because I think the Seahawks are going to try to put pressure on Drake Maye early. Young quarterback, young offensive line over there. So I think Seattle's game plan is pretty cut and dry and clear here. They need to do what they've been doing on offense all season. On the defensive side, you have to put pressure on them. On the offensive side, for the Patriots, I think you have that something up your sleeve. You're going to see some trick plays, maybe some variable, but you're going to majorly run your normal offense. But I think variable has to get an edge in somewhere in this game to try to counteract what the Seahawks have done this year. All right, guys, we have to take a quick break real quick. This is 7:30 a.m., 103.9 FM, Jocks Huntsville. This is the Off the Bench College Football Show. Well, ooh. 7:30 a.m., 1839 FM, Jocks Huntsville. This is the Off the Bench College Football Show. I have compiled a list of former college athletes that are now playing in the Super Bowl tomorrow for Pops to see if he can tell me where they went to college at. And as a bonus, he can tell me what star rating they are. This is a complete.
Can we do the easy ones first?
Yes. Okay. We'll knock out some easy ones first, and then we'll get to the harder stuff. Okay. Pops, where did Drake Maye go to college?
North Carolina.
Okay. Do you know what star rating he was?
He's a 4.
He's done some research on this before. All right. Jackson Smith Najigba.
No, I should know this one, dude.
All right. What is wide receiver U right now in college?
Wide receiver U?
Yeah.
I mean, is he a Ohio State guy, LSU guy?
He's an Ohio State Buckeye. Do you know what star rating he was?
I'm going to say he was a 5, man.
That's right.
Yeah, you go to Ohio State, you a 5.
That's correct right there.
Yeah.
All right. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Oh, my gosh. Sam Darnold went to
I'll give you a hint. It was the same year as another quarterback in the same city. It was at UCLA. Oh, I just gave it away there.
USC.
Yeah, I just gave it away there.
I'm not exact. And again, I
Yeah.
mean, you go to USC playing football, he's at least a 4 or 5.
That's right. That's right. He's a 4.
Yeah.
All right. Keyshawn Boutte.
I have no clue.
Oh, man. I thought you would have known this one. LSU Tigers.
So he's a go Tigers.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And if you go to LSU, you're either a 4 or 5 star.
Yeah.
Yeah. These stars are easy.
All right. Stephon Diggs.
Oh my gosh. Diggs went to
Diggs' brother went to Bama.
Yeah. So it's crazy, isn't it, man? You got all these players that go through the leagues and the SEC and everything else, but I've just gone completely blank with where Diggs' little brother went to.
This is actually Diggs' older brother.
Older brother.
Yeah.
All right.
Maryland.
How the hell did we let a guy go to Maryland?
All right. What is the star rating? This one's going to get you.
So, I mean, if it's Maryland, a 2-star.
He was a 5-star at high school.
5-star at a high school, and we let him go to Maryland?
Yeah.
I mean, it just, guys, you lose track of all these players.
You do.
Man.
All right. Kenneth Walker III.
Kenneth Walker III went to Tennessee.
Wrong.
Where'd he go?
He went to Michigan.
Yeah, dude, this is Stump the Dummy at this point.
No, it's not. What star rating was it?
If you go to Michigan, you're a 4 or 5.
He was a 3-star.
He was a 3-star. Okay.
He transferred to Michigan. I think beforehand he was at Wake Forest.
See, that was a little misleading. If you'd have told me he first initially went to Wake Forest, I would have said, you go to Wake Forest, you're a 2 or 3-star. That's what I would have said.
I've got one last guy on this list.
Yeah.
And this one, I'm going to give you a hint on. Okay.
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh, he's that running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went with the Patriots for a while.
Yeah, but
so he's
one of those guys. I got to remember this story. I don't think he's got any stars. I think he's like one of those guys. He
went to JUCO first.
Oh,
well, I don't know if it was JUCO. He went to a smaller school first and then transferred to this other school.
What was the school?
Oklahoma.
But did he have stars coming out of high school?
Yeah.
What were they?
He was a 3-star.
3-star. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, okay. So we played Stump the Dummy on Pops. Pops got to show his old age,
but you actually did a lot better than I thought you would.
And I forgot it. The Diggs brothers. When I'm thinking the Diggs brothers, I'm thinking the cornerback that just got released from the Cowboys. That got picked up by the Packers, right?
Yeah,
right?
all the former Cowboy players for the Packers.
Bama corner who was a stud there. I mean, but how in the heck did Bama? We lost a 5-star to Maryland.
That was before the relationship.
Little brother.
That was before the relationship was started.
Man. It was still Saban.
I get it. It was still Saban. That was just before the relationship was started with the Diggs family.
I mean, so now when we're on this little kick now about players. Okay, so I got a question for you, Kelsey.
Yeah.
How many Bama players are playing in this year's Super Bowl?
I don't know. I'm going to come back with a number when we get back from the break, guys.
Good transition.
Guys, let us know in the comments if you know the answer. I'll try to refrain from looking at it. 7:30 a.m., 1839 FM, Jocks Huntsville. This is the Off the Bench College Football Show. 7:30 a.m., 1039 FM, Jocks Huntsville. This is the Off the Bench College Football Show. I'm your host, Kelsey. Up on here, Pop sitting opposite from the camera from me. We left off on one question. Pops, remind us what that question was.
I asked the question, how many Alabama players were playing in tomorrow's Super Bowl?
So I'm going to guess one. I'm going to go. So, okay. Let's say 11.
11. The number is 7.
7. Okay, I was a little high on that one.
I just put it in the comments. You can't see that whole comment there, but yeah. So I got to come back to something though, man. I know you guys on the YouTube side cannot hear this, but
Jamie Nace got it right.
On the radio side, when we come back from segment, man, we had some Motley Crue playing there. I kind of like that. That was Looks to Kill. She's got the looks to kill. I don't.
Was it?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I kind of like that.
I have uncopyrighted.
I like that. I mean,
I had uncopyrighted music. I don't know how Looks to Kill got through there.
Well, it was the no. I'm talking about on the radio side.
Yeah.
It was the we didn't have the words playing, but the music. It was the Crew, man.
Got to check that. Spotify's going to be on there for that one. So, Pops, I do have a question to you to piggyback off this. So,
yeah, man.
I'm going to tell you a name.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the significance of this.
Okay.
Do you know who Del Pettis is?
Pettis? I know who Pettis is.
Do you know who Del Pettis is?
I mean, I know the last name Pettis because you went to high school with him. And
so Micah Pettis, I did go to, you went to Sparkman High School, so it was James Clemens High School.
Went to Ole Miss, played at Florida State.
Right? Yeah. He's in the NFL draft right now. His older brother, Del Pettis, formerly of the Troy Trojans, is now on the New England's Patriots roster.
I had no clue. So we got Huntsville representation, Northern Alabama representation. Now, did he go to Sparkman as well and then JC?
Dude, I think, I don't exactly know the history of that. In fact, I think he was actually a Bob Jones graduate.
Oh, man. We had to bring Bob Jones into this picture.
The three major high schools here in North Alabama, Sparkman High School, James Clemens High School, and Bob Jones High School. I think
the big schools.
Those are the very big local ones here.
Big boys.
And then Huntsville High School dominates all the basketball.
You've got like 15 different high schools in the city of Huntsville.
So, but yes, Del Pettis will be in the Super Bowl tomorrow.
That's pretty cool having that local Northern Alabama representation.
I've seen it a lot of times because I saw where Del did go to my middle school.
Yeah.
And a lot of they're big supporting right now the Patriots, which is tough to see, man. Everybody wants to support the Patriots now here, which is fine. You all going for, former glory of.
Are the Patriots, are they the new America's team?
Well, the colors is all you can represent there, but.
I mean, you got stars and you got blue and you got white.
It's a redemption story for Mike Vrabel in sorts of ways. In other ways, Drake Maye, young quarterback. If you remember the history of Drake Maye, former Alabama commit.
Yeah.
Then flipped to North Carolina. He had a lot of family ties in North Carolina. His older brother played at North Carolina.
Look who May was going to play behind. Come on.
He would have been behind Bryce Young and Milroe.
Yeah, I mean, he had
not to mention Ty Simpson.
I mean, you had all these guys and that quarterback room that's continuous, right? And I'll argue that it's continuous today. I mean, and I do want to get back to the Bama having 7 players. Okay. And the reason why I bring that up, it's the most of any school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's the SEC also has the most representation in the Super Bowl with 30 players total.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, so, everybody can sit there and talk about, sure, the Big Ten has dominated the SEC in the last 3 years when it comes to college football playoff wins and national championships. But when the rubber meets the road and the boys are getting paid legally,
you're still looking.
There's no NIL, and you got 30 SEC players in the Super Bowl tomorrow.
You're still looking at 16 of the last 20 national championship going to the SEC.
I know that we don't have to get into that argument this morning.
No, we do not.
But we just got to be honest with ourselves, right? I mean, the last 3 years, you got Ohio State running it, you got Indiana running it. Okay, the Big Ten's not going away, and honest answer, the NIL's kind of leveled the playing field, man.
It has, and I think that's kind of been the case for a lot of it. And Here, actually, a list of former Alabama players that are actually playing in the Super Bowl tomorrow, of specifically who they are: Josh Jobe, Jalen Milroe, Robbie Oots, Jaron Reed, Christian Barmore, C.J. Dupree, and Anthony Jennings.
Man,
those are a lot of big name Alabama players.
When you sit there and you say that, and I did look at that list this morning, right? And it all depends on which site you go to, whether it's 9 or 7 players.
Well, and
consistently, it's 7 players that are being represented by the Crimson Tide tomorrow in the Super Bowl. It'd be kind of cool, man, if these Super Bowl players like wear their college sticker.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome,
That list right there is courtesy of our friends over on Alabama Crimson Tide on YouTube, Mr. Kyle Henderson.
Yeah, man. I love me some Kyle. But imagine that, man. I mean, we are playing in the era where college football is the free agency and the minor leagues for the NFL. I mean, why wouldn't they wear their college helmet stickers?
Well, that brings me right back to the off the bench verdict question of the week this week. Overall, is NIL helping or hurting college football as a whole? Some fans say it's leveling the playing field. Others say it's turning the sport into free agency without rules. Guys, head over to our Facebook page. You'll see it over there where we asked that question this week. Let us know your thoughts on that. I think we're going to do that next segment as we end the YouTube live today at the top of the hour here. And if you want to continue on listening, you can go over to iHeartRadio if you're not in our listening area and go type in 7:30 a.m. 1039. Excuse me, just 7:30 a.m. Jocks Huntsville. And then if you're local here, just tune into the radio side, 1039 FM Jocks Huntsville. But Pops, turning the free agency without rules. Real quickly, I want to go through. Actually, wait. We're going to wait to the other side for that one.
Okay.
We're going to wait for the other side of that one. Guys, we've also got news on the Charles Bediako eligibility case. Not really any new news from yesterday. It's all from yesterday. There still has not been, Judge Pruitt said that he would come back in time, and this would be soon where he would get this argument from. But they've been going back and forth about, is this about money? Is this about schooling? Is this about, what is this actually truly about? And they're trying to get and figure out what Bediako is actually there for. The true reason,
money.
He's there for money and to actually have a chance to play more basketball.
I thought you were going to say graduate or something like that.
No,
I thought that's where you were going.
He has made $360,000 from the NBA G League the last couple of years he's played in it, over 3 years.
So, I mean, you take that on average, right, man? He's making pretty damn good money. I mean, over $100,000 a year, right?
I don't think there's, is he scared that he's going to flare out of the league?
But
and then
there's a reality. If he comes back to college, he can make way more. Okay. And that's
maybe.
Maybe. Okay. But I'd say, so even if he's coming back to college, he's making $50,000 more. That's more. Okay.
I understand that.
And when you're in the G League, you're just another G League player. Okay. But when you come back to college, you have an opportunity to reinvent himself or try to be the former glory that he was when he went pro. Right. I mean, the guys coming out of college don't go pro for no reason at all. When he was here at Alabama, he was a superstar. When he's come back to Alabama, maybe not so much. Okay, like I said earlier in the show, they're 2 for 2 when they're 2 and 2 when they played their ball games, and I don't understand. I don't understand why Nate Oates is risking the legacy he's worked so hard to build over the last couple of years to get this one player on the court. It's just and Bama's got some other players that are coming back today from injury. So it's looking better for them. But man, if you want to sit there and say that, oh, this is about the student athlete, or this is about the player, or this is about, making sure things are fair. No, this is about money, and it sets a bad precedence, boys. Just wait. If that judge rules in favor of the player, okay, just wait. The lawsuits are coming. This is going to be never ending.
Well, hey, you're right. I mean, this is opening its doors to 1,000 other lawsuits just around the country. And the points that they are trying to make I don't really find feasible. It's a bunch of legal jargon.
Hey, man.
Nobody's going to understand. But the whole problem about it is, hey, they're looking at what is his true intent in college.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the end game for this? Okay, they have looked at arguing his time at Alabama originally, combined with his G League experience. He's exhausted his eligibility window.
Yeah.
They've gone back and forth on, is he truly there to finish his college degree?
No, give me a break. Is he enrolled in classes?
I have no clue. So you should be.
Yeah, if you're at a university, well, okay, let me say we should be, right? Carson Beck should have been, even as a graduate player right there. I think he's required to have had 2 classes or something. And I mean, he literally looked at the camera and said, man, I hadn't been in class in 2 years. Okay. But yet he's playing in the national championship for football. This whole decision goes way beyond college basketball, guys. Okay. And if the decision goes in the way of the player, man, you're going to see Oscar Tshiebwe back at Kentucky. I mean, and he's been gone for Kentucky for what, 2 years or 3 years. Okay. It's that precedent that it's going to set. Okay. And the football ramifications of this, man, you're going to have guys that declared they went pro. Oh, I only played in the practice squad on the pro guys, or I didn't make a roster, or I signed a free agency contract, but I never touched the field. So I'm going to come back and play my senior year. These guys are going to be 27, 28 years old. All right. And and we've already got guys that are playing in their 7th year. I mean, look at the guy that, the Bama player this year that broke his neck earlier in the year, right? He's coming back next year. Okay, for his 7th year. Okay,
Jamarian Latham.
Yeah, all the trash that I talk about, these players that are 25, 26 years old, I'm going to have to eat crow when one of Bama's players steps on the field next year for his 7th year of eligibility. Seventh. How does that happen?
I mean, you could be a bit against it, but also say to the same point that it's a advantage. It's a strategic advantage in a way. You can still be against it, but you can recognize the strategic advantage that it offers, that it is doing for your program and other programs around the country.
What's the strategic advantage? I'm 26, 27 years old. I have a man's body versus playing 19-year-olds.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, and you could still be against it, but also argue with, I understand why it's going on. I understand why these coaches are bringing these kids
playing
back,
a game.
bringing these kids in, right? It's the game of chess and checkers that we're learning how to play actively as the last couple of years have gone on. I mean, this is kind of a fly by the seat of your pants kind of moment here. You just kind of go along with the flow of college football, college basketball, of how it's going. Recognize, see that is strategic advantage, but at the same time point out that's not really what's best for the game.
All these things that I love, right? Football, basketball, all these sports, all of this thing that makes up this great country we have. Sometimes I feel like I went into a deep sleep and I woke up and I'm like, what the heck is going on? When did this happen? And what's crazy about it is we've allowed it to happen, right? We have said, you know what, that's okay that guy's played in college for 7 years, or that's okay that guy went pro and came back. We've just accepted it. I think part of it is the drama. It's the soap opera. We as, fans like to watch it unless it's impacting us, right? I hated when Saban left, but the drama was there and it was fun to watch and see what was happening because you watched the legacy program get stripped down in about 2 seconds, right? But we just got to watch it. And like you said, the coaches are playing chess, man. This is a big chess match, basketball, football, whatever the sport might be.
Carl, hit us up on YouTube. You can do so as well. Just leave it here in the comment box here. Go ahead and let them play forever. Give them steroids. Now, that's my take on baseball.
Yeah.
Not necessarily college football, which I don't have any power in either sport. But if I was the commissioner of baseball, steroids would be very legal. And I would actually,
just let them get jacked.
I would tell them to do it openly to make the game more entertaining.
Let them get jacked, and you see these guys walking out there with arms this big around.
You think baseball is boring? You think baseball is boring? That's how you make it exciting again.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd say you just play banana ball and make it all exciting.
No. Just give them steroids. It's a man's game. 7:30 a.m. 103.9 FM. Jocks Huntsville. This is the Off the Bench College Football Show. We'll be right back. 7:30 a.m., 1039 FM, Jocks, Huntsville. This is the Off the Bench College Football Show. I'm your host, Kelsey, up on here, Pop sitting opposite from the camera from me. Guys, want to remind you on the YouTube side, if you're on the radio side, go check us out on YouTube. You can watch and follow the show with us right along. But guys, hit that like and subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. The best way to grow the show and help us in any way is to just like and share the show. That's the best way you can do. Best thing you can do for the show. All right. The off the bench verdict, the inaugural segment. Overall, is NIL helping or hurting college football as a whole? Some fans say it's leveling the playing field. Others say it's turning the sport into free agency without rules. So the top responses we had got from this, Carl hit us up, hurting everybody but the team that catches lightning in a bottle.
Indiana.
Yeah,
Sure,
Indiana,
yeah.
for sure. Like we were saying earlier, Big Ten has kind of been able to level the playing field with the amount of money they have been able to garner from their supporters. Indiana, of course, we know who their top donor is. It's Mark Cuban. And then Oregon, Phil Knight over there. Ohio State's just doing Ohio State things. They have a lot of money.
Texas schools.
Texas Tech has figured this out.
Doing the oil thing.
LSU with their
Nike collective.
Yeah. You also now it's also hurt Penn State. I saw an article yesterday about how Penn State was in so much debt right now.
It was like 500. Was it 500 million
from athletics debt? You know,
it's insane.
So hurting in ways. Yes, it's kind of doing both overall in a way. Jamie hitting us up. Not enough room or time to post my feelings. Roll Tide roll.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, you've heard my opinion. I've been very, very loud on it about NIL. Okay, from a leveling the playing field, it's helped the sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the individual player, it's helped the player. Notice I did not call them student athletes because they're not anymore. They are paid players. Okay, but I really think where it's hurt is these middle tier programs. Okay. The middle tier programs used to get the 2, the 3 stars, okay? And wow, now they can kind of get the big player if they want to pay the money, okay? But when you have, I'm making a school up here, Murray State University in Western Kentucky, right? I mean, how are they supposed to compete on the recruiting side? And they're not going to. They're going to get the 1 and 2 star guys. But even if there's a player that was thinking about going to Murray State, right? Okay, he's going to follow the money. Okay, it's all about following the money, man.
Well, the days nowadays is you're never going to see another John Morant type player in basketball at Murray State,
yeah.
Right? You would never see him continue his full academic eligible career at that school. They would transfer away eventually. Guys, thanks for tuning in on the YouTube side. We're going to end it here on the live 7:30 a.m. 1039 FM. Jocks, Huntsville. This is the Off the Bench College Football Show. We'll be right back on the radio side.